What's up guys, it's girl Violetta, and today is I think day 14 of Vlogmas. So for today I decided I'm gonna do some hairstyles that you can wear for like any date that you go on, ice skating, you know, just anything cute for Christmas, which honestly I think is just adding like a bit of a bow, and then I cut some ribbon and then I cut another ribbon, and then I kind of made these little bows out of it as well, which I'll be using for the video. So have these prepared if you do have them, because they will make the look better. So for the first look I'm gonna use some mousse. So I'm gonna kind of like, I have a middle parting, but it's not completely middle, whatever, and I'm just gonna like pick up half of my hair like this. So first I'm gonna make this part nicer and like really smooth. This is kind of like the look that I go for a lot, like this part. I'm gonna add a bit more onto it. So I have it like this now. So I'm literally just gonna put this into a ponytail. Yeah, and then I'm kind of gonna loosen it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna flip it downwards. Usually I like to flip it upwards and then just kind of like an extra pony, like, you know, just has a bit more volume, but this time I'm gonna open it in the middle, and then I'm gonna pull my hair through down in the middle, and then we're gonna create this, and we're gonna kind of tighten it up a little bit, but then at the same time we're also gonna loosen it up a little bit. Yeah, so this is the kind of look that we have going on in the front, and I kind of like it a bit kind of like tight looking, so I'm gonna put in some mousse. I guess this is also kind of like the clean girl aesthetic meets coquette, I guess, or what? I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong, but ASMR. The amount of product that I'm putting in, I overestimated it. Thankfully, tomorrow is hair wash day in the morning, so that's why I thought today would be a good day to do this. You know the way you can do like the before shower makeup? Yeah, this is like before shower hair, where you try out a bunch of different hairstyles. And then I have this kind of like comb that I use. Alright, so this is it from the front, and then from the back it's like this. So then I'm gonna split it into half and half, and then I'm just gonna braid them. And I forgot hair ties, so I'm gonna finish up braiding this braid and I'll be back. So I decided to bring a mirror and this table closer to me so I can see what I'm doing in the back. So anyways, then we have these two braids. I just tied them up with a bit of elastic, and as you can see I still have some ends in my hair and at the back of my hair at the bottom. So then we're gonna kind of like take them and we're gonna like put this one in this side. And then this one over onto this side, so we can try and kind of hide the hair tie. And then I kind of like tighten it like this, and then I get another elastic, and I tie them off together to the tightened level that I want. I need to get my nails redone because it keeps getting caught. And then for this part you kind of just like took it in there. this is kind of what we have going on in the back now, and then I thought it would be cute if we added in this bow. So I do have kind of like loose ends here, so I'm just going to grab a bit of that, and then same with the other side to kind of tighten it up a bit. Of course, this would look a lot cuter if I didn't have these things. I feel like, because obviously they're kind of just like hiding the whole thing. So I'm gonna try and tuck them in as well. So since I don't have a bow that like doesn't have these at the bottom, we're gonna pretend, and this is kind of the finished look. You do have to play around with the bow a little bit just to get it in the very center. And then this is it from the front. It's basically just like nothing if I didn't have these straight edges, hair. And of course I could use bobby pins to hold them in, but I'm just showing you guys the looks, and this was the end of this one. I feel like this one is kind of like, you know what, I will put it in because it's just bothering me. I decided to cut bangs on a whim, and now I'm dealing with the consequences. And yeah, so like this. I feel like a ballerina. If only this bow was the way that I want it to be. And I'll also undo this. Looks like that. Or I could just leave it out altogether. Oh, now I'm just gonna ruin my hair by taking it off. So for the second look, I am going to grab my front kind of pieces. Like, I'm going to divide it up like this on both sides. And then I am going to braid it kind of, just braid it basically. Or you can also French braid it, but I am not bothered for that. And then basically kind of just tie it up a bit more. Yeah, that should be okay. And then again, we put in some hairstyles. So it's like this, and then we do the same on the other side. So this one didn't turn out quite as nicely as I'd hoped, but it's fine because you see my fringe is growing out, so it's kind of just like poking out, but we're just gonna leave it at that. So anyways, then I divide my hair into half again and kind of grab just a bit at the end, this much. Like this is where the braid was, and then this is how much I'm grabbing, so basically I half it again. And then I brush it up and kind of to do like mini pigtails. And then of course we do the same thing on the other side. I do like to kind of keep the hair by the sides out, just because it kind of gives like a fuller hair effect, I guess. Kind of like lion's mane. So then we're kind of like with these two pigtails, and then I'm gonna grab some ribbon and we're gonna make cute little bows out of them. Probably would have been a good idea to measure where the half and half was. It's so awkward to do it with long nails. Ah. Okay, right, that bow didn't turn out. Try again. So that's one bow. So this is the completed look for this one. It's basically just like French braid or just regular braids and then a little bow. Very cute and simple. And now next look. So for the next one, again, we kind of leave it divided in half. I'm just gonna fix my half a bit. No, I'm not gonna even go there. So anyways, we roughly half it. And we do put some gel in it again. I don't know if I have to, but we'll see. And we kind of like put like little pigtails at the back, like really low ones. And same with the other side. Ah, they're not the same height. Okay, fix it. So now that we have these like little pigtails in the back, again, we're gonna just braid them. Then we secure it off with an elastic once we clean it out. Then we grab another elastic. And we kind of make it into a loop, loop-de-loop. And we do the same with the other side. So afterwards we do have these like little pieces of hair in our way. So I kind of just wrap them around and then I use a bobby pin to secure them in place. Oh, I lost the bobby pin. Okay, so this one doesn't want to stay in place, so we kind of just took it into the hair as much as we can. And then again, we have these little things. And then again, I'm just gonna put these bows into it. And then ta-da! Again, I would have put more mousse into it, but I don't want to because my hair literally feels like glue in some places. But of course you can. And then it'll look more sleek. So for this next hairstyle, I am leaving this middle part and I'm gonna take this section out of it on both sides. It's kind of like this. kind of just above the ear, and then the same on the other side. Now I'm gonna take these pieces out, and then for the back part I'm gonna grab, okay, right, first I'm gonna leave these pieces here. Right, so I'm gonna look crazy for like a second. So I'm gonna tie these up in the front so I don't mix them up with the rest of my hair, and then I'm gonna grab the top half here. And I'm just gonna smooth it out. And we're just gonna tie it up into a little knot. For this half that we have divided up in the front, again, you could just, you know, and then like put it in. So then this part looks like this, and then this part looks like that. But what I'm gonna do is I am going to braid it. So I'm gonna do kind of like a French braid, I guess. And then basically just braid everything that I have in the front. If I didn't have a fringe, I would just do a regular braid, but I do not have the option of doing that. And we are just gonna braid this until we kind of are able to reach just kind of past the place that we have marked with the little mini ponytail. So now we're just gonna secure this while we do the other side. So now I'm back looking like a little ant, and we're gonna grab a hair tie, the elastic one. Okay, it has a little knot in it. So then we're going to tie them up together, kind of like where the two elastics like the other ones meet. And then we are going to kind of flip it around like this, so that we make a little, so basically like this, but then you just, and just twist it. So basically grab this one, and you grab this one, and you swap them over. So then you have this little loop-de-loop. And then you're gonna grab a little ponytail, and you're basically just gonna put it underneath, and that's it. And then you can just tighten it up underneath it so that it's tighter and it looks more neat. Now again, as I said, I do have a fringe, so again, it does look a bit crazy in the front. I could use mousse to fix it, but I'm not going to because I have enough in my hair as it is. So this is what we're left with, and then again, I'm just going to grab one of these and make a little bow in the back. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment down below which look was your favorite. Bye!